We interrupt your current programming. This is not a test. This is an emergency for all of Western New York. This is a message from your local civil authorities and the Governor of New York. Recently, there have been many sightings of floating heads around your current area. Several people have been found dead in areas where floating heads have been seen. We recommend that you immediately shelter in place until this situation is put under control. Martial law is being considered, and several units of the National Guard are already en route. This is the end of the message. Updates, when available, will be broadcast.
Now to Western New York, where mysterious floating heads have been seen across several towns and cities. We are still not sure what these things are, and if they are dangerous. The Emergency Alert System aired when this began, stating that martial law may be applied if the situation deteriorates, or if the heads are found to be hostile. This is an incredibly strange situation, and we will update you if or when something changes. Now to South Dakota, where
We interrupt your current programming. This is not a test. This is an emergency update for all of Western New York. More murders have been occurring than usual in the area, and most of these suspects have not been found. We urge you to stay in groups, especially in areas with high concentrations of floating heads. Should you see anyone be attacked or are yourself attacked by a floating head or multiple floating heads, immediately call 911 and attempt to retreat from the area. This is the end of this message. Continue sheltering in place if possible. This is a civil danger warning. Pay attention to the following message. We interrupt your programming. This is a regional emergency. This is not a test, and the information in this message has been verified by the federal governments of both the United States of America and Canada. The floating heads are considered hostile. Repeating, the floating heads are considered hostile. There are no viable ways for civilians to fight these entities at this time. Shelter in place, and if viable and safe, attempt to evacuate the area. The phenomenon has spread to Canada as well. A list of affected states' provinces will follow the tone. Western New York, Southern Ontario, Quebec, Northwest Pennsylvania, Northeastern Ohio. If you are in any of these areas, shelter in place or evacuate. Repeating, Western New York, Southern Ontario, Quebec, Northwest Pennsylvania, Northeastern Ohio. If you are in any of these areas, shelter in place or evacuate. The federal government is organizing evacuations at no charge. Go to any bus stop and you will be picked up and evacuated. The US and Canadian Army, Navy, and Air Forces have so far been unsuccessful in killing any of these entities. They have only managed to slow them to allow for more evacuations. These entities appear to be multiplied at an unusual rate. They have so far shown no ability to
Hello, as you may have noticed, we have begun an invasion of your universe from our own. There is no stopping us. Your only hope of survival is to join us. You will become one of us. You will become stronger than any other human before you. Join us. You will be free from your pitiful human bodies and government. You will even earn
broadcast interference detected. Initiating security protocols. Switching to hardened mode. The floating heads are in some way interfering with this broadcast. If you are in possession of a battery-powered radio, that should block out any interference. It has been revealed that radiation-powered weapons will be able to attack these entities. In response to this new revelation, the US and Canadian governments will drop tactical nuclear weapons on areas with large concentrations of floating heads. The Army will then use tanks to deliver smaller nuclear ordnance, wiping out the floating head threat. If you are within any area under effect of the floating heads, you must evacuate within the next 48 hours. We will attempt to use helicopters to evacuate those who are in areas surrounded by floating heads. If you have been attacked and bitten by one of these heads, it is likely too late for you. You will become a floating head yourself. If you have been bitten, please do not board a helicopter, as you will only be killing others with this action. This is the end of the broadcast. Evacuate within the next 48 hours.